Have you ever been in this situation where you're outside, it's cold, and no matter what you do, you cannot keep your feet warm? They're freezing, it's miserable. Or in the warmer months, your feet are hot, they're sweaty, they itch, your socks aren't breathing, it's bad. I think we've all been there. Hey, it's Steve. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I did a gear review, so today we're going to cover alternatives to combat these situations, and we're also going to cover the all-important aspect of using base layers to thermoregulate your body in all sorts of weather. Thanks for watching, and we'll get right into it. We're going to start this discussion by talking about merino wool, which is really a magic fiber. It transports sweat and moisture away from the skin as a vapor. Its fibers are inherently porous, which synthetic fibers are not, so you're not left feeling wet, cold, hot, or clammy. The company I'd like to talk the most about here is Point6 out of Steamboat Springs in Colorado. 30-year company founded by Peter and Patty Duke. The technique they use utilizes compact spinning, which is 25% more durable than traditional ring-spun wool. It produces a tighter fiber, which is antimicrobial, resisting bacteria growth, and their products are easy to care for as well. Hey, thanks for hanging in with me so far. Next, we're going to look at some new products that I just got in and some products I've had for a while. I'm going to let you know my experiences with the products I've been using and my expectations for the new stuff that I got in. We're also going to look at some applications, for example, like combining products for certain types of weather, and also some of the products that I have on hand are not Point6, but they're relevant to this video and these applications that we'll be exploring. The first purchase I made from the Point6 company were these Doozer bike packing extra light Olay socks. They worked out very well. I got two pairs. They are $23, but the good thing about these, and the reason I was willing to spend a little bit more, is all the proceeds go to a charity. It's called The Roots, and it goes to bike packing groups and to help youth and to encourage diversity in the sport and to preserve access to areas to where bikepacking adventures can take place. So it was a good cause, but at first I thought to myself, boy, these look like they're not going to be too cool. Don't let the colors fool you, because I bought these late last summer and was out on a couple of bikepacking adventures, multi-day adventures, and temperatures up into the 90s, and they were very comfortable. They weren't sweaty. Most of all, pretty much odor-free. I would take them off at night, of course, and put on a pair of sleeping socks, but one pair pretty much lasts me most of the trip, which was 3-4 night trips. So this was a very good way to get started, and I'm happy with this purchase for sure. I'm not going to try these on because I've been wearing them. I know how they feel, and take my word for it, they're a good buy and you're supporting a good cause. I forgot to mention the socks I just showed you, the Olay socks. They are a large size. They have a small, medium, large, and extra large. I wear a 10.5 shoe. The large size fits me perfect, and those socks are moisture wicking, and they kept my feet cool and dry. Very comfortable. And also the breakdown of components. Their socks have different percentages of these materials that they use, and I'm sure there's a method for it according to the style of the sock. the weight of the sock, the cut of the sock, so forth. So, but on this particular brand, the Olay socks, the breakdown was 62% merino wool, 32% nylon, and 6% elastic and spandex. And I know for a fact from reading that they use the nylon to reinforce high wear areas like around the heel, and the elastic spandex like around the top of the sock to help keep the sock up and to help keep the socks form as they're stretched out. And then they come and stretch back in and maintain their form. So next we're going to move on to another pair, and this is a brand new sock. As I was pleased with those extra light socks for summer use, the next step I wanted to make was a slightly warmer sock, say in a early to mid fall sock. So I picked the Essential Medium .6 socks here, as you can see, and this is a brand new pair, so I'm going to actually try these on. I'm curious on these new socks to see the difference. I remember what the Olay socks felt like, so immediately I'll know what these are going to feel like and give me an indication if they're going to work. So hey, let's try them out. I did want to mention that these are available in all different kinds of color. I think the first choice I wanted, they were out of stock on, which I noticed they are on a few different styles of socks. So I ended up picking what they call the earth color, which is a brown. So let's check it out. These are new. They're the Essential Medium Crew brown socks. I got a little bit excited and I took off the packaging. I was going to do that on camera, but it's too late now. So let's slip these on and we'll check them out. Take these shoes off. This is the hollow alpaca sock I have on now. We'll get into this one a little bit later. So let's feel how these are slipping them on. Oh yeah, that feels nice. The first thing I notice, this is the crew calf, which is the crew sock, which is below the calf. The first thing I notice are these contours in the ventilation panels and the nice arch support and the toe support. These feel great. I wanted to move on from an ultralight sock to a medium sock for the early mid-fall application. This looks like it's going to work out great. Feels nice. The breakdown on these are similar to the Olay socks. 72% merino wool, 23% nylon, 5% elastic spandex. The insides are very comfortable. I think I'm going to be pleased with this sock and it's going to work out well. Okay, we have another pair of socks here. These are the Trekking Heavy Crew socks. Brand new, still in the package. I didn't get in a big hurry to unwrap it. I wanted to do this on the last sock, but I forgot to film this part. But so this is a heavy sock. It's considered a boot sock, but I brought my other shoes down here, my mountain biking shoes, and there should be plenty of room in there for a boot sock. So these are gray, and the price on these is $16.80. On that last sock, I forgot to give you the price. On the medium sock, it was $15.60. So let's go ahead and slip this shoe off. Slip the alpaca socks off. It's a little cold down here in the basement gym, so I gotta leave a sock on at all times. So these are the gray, and I can definitely tell a difference from the heavy and the medium. It's not a vast difference, but I wasn't looking for a vast difference. This is to take me from basically a mid-fall sock into late fall. And boy, with each pair they just feel a little bit better. It's a very nice looking sock. I expect this to work out well. Let's go ahead and slip on. This is my Adidas 510 Free Rider mountain biking shoe. I've had them almost a year. It works out great. So into this shoe, the fit is nice. It's snug but not tight. Perfect. So right now it is winter time here in the Midwest and it is cold out, so I'm going to have to try out this heavy sock outdoors and see what that brings. So the Trekking Heavy Crew Gray, the breakdown of the material on that, a little heavier on the wool. 79% wool, 18% nylon, 3% elastic and spandex. Looking forward to giving this a try on my next adventure. The last pair of new socks we're going to look at and try on today are the Core Extra Heavy Crew. Olive color, olive and lighter color mixed. And so let's unpack this and check it out. Shoe off. The alpaca comes off. Nice looking socks from the get-go. I love that red stitching there in the Point6. This is also, says it's a boot sock. Look at that inside. Nice. Oh yeah, that feels so good. Not only will it be nice and warm on the outside, but it's a nice sock to wear. Like I said, it's winter here. Just sitting around in the house watching TV in the cold weather. I can see these being used for that. But outdoors is where they're going to prove themselves. Let's go ahead and put it on. I'm sure it's going to be a good enough fit here for the mountain biking shoe. Snug, but not too tight. This sock, I believe, would work with this mountain biking shoe, this particular one, or a boot. It feels really good. So the breakdown on this sock, first of all, it's $20.40 for these socks. The component breakdowns is 77% wool, 20% nylon, 3% elastic spandex. So the heel support seems good. This is nice. This will be a late fall going into early winter. When we get into the real winter, we're probably going to do a combination of socks. That's what I do and works out best. So that's the Olive Core Extra Heavy Crew sock. Very nice. And that completes my new socks. Hey, you still with me? Let's move on and check out some non-merino accessories I have, or combining both types. for you know, a very cold situation, to keep your feet warm in even more excessive conditions. There's a lot of combinations you can do with merino wool and other warm socks. So let's get right to it. Take off these slippers. These are the alpaca hollow socks, and they were pretty expensive. They were like $34 a piece, but they've served me well for the last 2 years. Before I retired, I had quite a bike ride to work in the cold weather and everything, about 11 miles round trip, and they have served me well. It's been a while since I looked into the technical details on alpaca, but they've held up good. These are fairly thick, and I like to use these for an outer. In fact, that's what I did right here with the extra heavy Crew Point6. I took a little break and went upstairs and had some dinner, and I just layered that, and I keep my house pretty cool. And it's February here in Illinois, so, but without my slippers on, this layer worked out nice on hardwood floors even while I was cooking dinner. So besides the hollow alpacas, which are a nice addition, I have 2 pairs of those. ArmyNavyOutdoor.com. These are a heavy wool blend sock that I use quite a bit. They're a 80% wool sock, I believe. The rest of the materials are nylon and then elastic type of thing. And these have worked out nice too. At ArmyNavyOutdoors.com, you can get a lot of this stuff secondhand, so they say cheap. You know, you can get it for $10, $12, $14. I've seen it as low as $6 and $7. And these are more of like almost a 100% wool sock from the same place. I believe these are almost like, I want to say 95% wool. And then the other percent is either nylon or some type of elastic. You got to be careful with these. You can't throw them in even a warm dryer, or they do shrink because of the high wool content and not much else. All of these socks I have today, I wash on the most gentle cycle in cold water, and I dry on the lowest possible cycle, almost just like a tumble dry. And with the merino that I've already wore, it worked out great. On the old A socks, the new socks, I'm gonna take care of the same way. Haven't had a problem. So there's a lot of combinations with these outer layers. These are actually liners for mucklock boots, and they are 100% wool all the way. And I've used these before on local camps where I don't have to bike very far, like a 5-10 mile an hour 5 or 10 mile ride to get to the camp, and so I could bring more stuff. And I've camped out in the 20s and used these as a final layer when I go to sleep inside my sleeping bag. And this outside layer has worked really well. Really well. Now, as far as going beyond that, I have visions of getting some of those down booties, but they're quite expensive. But I'm working my way up to that type of thing. So we got to cover that much. So base layers is what's next. Before I get into my merino base layers, these base layers here have served me well. Once more again, the ArmyNavyOutdoors.com, you can get them secondhand, but they're almost like new. And they're $10 for the bottom of the top, and they're like a polyester nylon blend, and they work fine. I wouldn't use them in warm weather where you got to worry about sweating and all that. But in cool to cold weather where you're not biking a long ways, where you're not going to work up a sweat, these work fine. And I still use these in my arsenal for local, when I go on walks or bike rides in the neighborhood in the cold weather. I have the matching top to this bottom, the Everlast. These are polyester, but they serve me well. I sometimes wear them as a first layer with like a sweatshirt over. Sometimes just out in the yard, and they're useful too. So I'm not saying to go all merino unless you got a lot of money, because I mean the investment in merino is substantial. In the end, if you can work your way up to it, it's worth it if you're going to be going on the longer bike packing trips like I go on, like the week-long adventures, because the merino is lightweight, typically like 240 grams for the merino base layer shirt, or the bottoms. That's pretty light, and you want that breathing, and it thermoregulates for cold weather and warm weather. So the mid-weight base layer I'm going to show you, it can be used in cooler weather and warmer weather effectively, especially when layering in the very cold weather. So let's go on with it, and I'm about ready to put on my merino base layer for you so you can see what that looks like. One more thing I wanted to add: when you get into this layering stuff, I have to go from my mountain biking shoes into these type of boots that are insulated for winter camps, walks in the winter, in the woods, when it's pretty cold, and when you're layering and it's thick like this. If you want to keep your feet warm for certain, you have to add these boots. So I even wear those boots on my mountain bike. I wouldn't ride my road bike with those boots on. On the mountain bike, it works out fine. So I just wanted to add that while I was thinking about it. So I'm sure there's something I'm missing, but we'll get back to you with those base layers. Well, here I am in my total merino wool outfit. Not the cap, but they do make merino wool caps, and I'm going to check into one too. I've got my new merino wool socks doubled up on, my new heavy trekking sock, and the extra heavy sock, and they feel great, doubled up on. The shirt I've had for a while. I've had about 6 months, and I've worn it about 20 times, and it's worked out great. As long as you take care of it, launder it correctly. Always wash in cold water. Always dry on very low, or even hang them up, which would be even better, but no problems. These bottoms are brand new. You can still see the tag, and let me tell you, they feel great. So, and this merino wool is so soft, it's like cashmere. It feels good on your skin. You don't even need anything else underneath it because it doesn't itch. Not at all. Now, pricing, I got this shirt on some kind of special deal for $50, but it's usually more than that. If you bought this today on the website, it would be $62. The bottoms are about the same. Watch for deals on the Point6 website. They have a Valentine's Day special going on right now, so check it out. So this feels really good, and I feel great with these layers. I can throw on my cycling jacket here. I have my specialized thermal pants for cycling. With these with these merino wool layers, it's perfection. I tell you what I am going to do. Before bikepacking season this spring and summer, I'm going to buy some merino wool, one pair because they're expensive, of underwear and a t-shirt. So I have a complete garment of merino wool that I can count on for cycling. It's expensive. It's worth it. It's odorless. It breathes. The special spinning technique they use with the tight fibers makes it 25% more durable than other kinds of wool. You just can't beat it, folks. You just cannot beat it. And I'm going to use a little cheat sheet here, but here's some important points. There's a lifetime guarantee. Anything wrong, there are exceptions, like if it burns or whatever, damage from animals, moss. But they have great customer service. The socks are all made in the USA. I have to be transparent. Before this video, I didn't know that these bottoms, these thermal bottoms and tops, were not manufactured in the USA. The top is manufactured in China. The bottom is in Vietnam, but so what? I'm still glad I bought it. There's something about an all USA company that's appealing. Well, they are an all USA company. They manufacture all their socks. Their headquarters are in Colorado. Their warehouse is in Georgia. It takes about a week for shipping through the website. However, spend $79 and shipping is free. And it's easy to spend $79 on merino wool, and you might as well spend $79 and get the free shipping. But you can't beat this. It's easy to take care of. It's thermoregulating. You can wear it to stay warm. You can wear it to stay cool. You can hit the sweet spots by combining with other layers, like I mentioned before, and there's different levels of these. They have mid-weights, lightweights, heavyweights. These are the midweights. So I'm going to tell you, all in all, I hope you enjoyed this video and it was informative, because merino wool is the way to go. And I'm so happy that I'm getting there, because you'll find out you spend some money on better stuff, it lasts longer, you're happier with it, it performs better. So you might as well go ahead and spend the money if you're serious and passionate about your hobbies and interests. I hope you enjoyed this video, you found it informative, and it gave you some value. Point6 is a great company. They offer a lifetime guarantee. It's a USA company, and free shipping on orders over $79. Let's have a discussion in the comments about your experiences with merino wool. I'd like to thank you all for watching my channel and for the support. I have some adventures planned when the weather breaks, and I hope I can bring you some great content. Until then, stay well, be healthy, and enjoy the outdoors.